Don't go green.
Don't go green.
Coming to you from Studio 77, deep in the heart of Dixie, Gastonia, North Carolina. Your Bourbon and Badges podcast, the podcast, Bourbon Badges. I'm Buck. Coming to you from Studio 77, deep in the heart of Dixie, Gastonia, North Carolina. Your Bourbon and Badges podcast, the podcast, Bourbon Badges. I'm Buck.
Man, do I miss that dude?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. He was a hell of a guy, one of a kind.
Yeah, for those of you, that was an intro done by our good friend Buck, who passed away after a motorcycle accident.
Well, I'm telling you, man, no one can do an intro like he did.
Yeah.
No, he had a good voice, everything. He just flowed. Yeah. Wow.
But the funny thing about it is, once he done that, he pretty much just kicked back, threw his feet up on the
Yeah, and started drinking.
and-
Yeah.
yeah.
Jesus.
Like, okay, I'm done. You guys
Exactly.
Are on.
Oh, man. Anyway, how you guys doing?
Good. You got a lot to dig into today, man. Hey, I need to tell you something funny. The other night, they calling for our first frost up here on the mountain. So I forgot about it. It's like 8:30, 9 o'clock. So I need to get, take the plants, 2 hanging ferns and some plants outside. I need to put them underneath the front porch. It's covered. So I go out there in the dark and I go to, I open up the door, the screen doors there, and the lights on the side of the house. But I go to pick the fern up off the hanger, and something flies out of it and lands on top of my head. First, now I'm thinking it's a bat trying to eat my brains.
I'll give you COVID.
Oh, it flew off my head, and
That's where it came from.
It was a sparrow. A sparrow was hanging on the screen.
Right.
Man, first thing I thought was bat, man.
Yeah.
You don't know what you heard, but it was me. You probably went, what was that noise? That was me screaming like a 5-year-old little girl.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that happens, man. They make nests. I used to remember when we were hanging baskets on our porch, there'd be actually nests in there with eggs.
Yeah.
Birds
Yeah.
would set up in there. Yeah.
Yeah, that happened at my daughter's house as well. But yeah, this is, of course, way too late in the season for that. He just Airbnb it, I guess.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, just try to take a load off.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it wasn't pleasant for him either.
Yeah. My goodness. What a beautiful day today, man. I was out, man. I just stayed busy today, dude. Ugh, man.
Did you?
Yeah, and I'm retired like you'd think I wouldn't, but I put so much on my agenda every day. I feel better at the end of the night when I can tell you I did A, B, C, and D. Like Slow, I believe you had a pretty busy day.
Yeah,
And,
busy. Very busy.
yeah, it's just it's nice to accomplish it, especially stuff you want to do, not stuff like, well, I have to go to work, I have to do this, I have to do that. I didn't have to do shit. This is stuff I want to do. It needs to be done, but I want to do. It's for me, so it's a lot nicer. Yeah, a lot nicer being retired and doing stuff.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I went fishing today with some friends from back in Gastonia. That was fun.
They come down there to see you?
Well, they came down. They have a yearly fishing trip to Oak Island, and Oak Island's about 45 minutes from my house. So
Well,
I
do
rode
some
up
name
there
dropping.
and hung out with
Who was these strange people?
Well, the 3 people was Jim Poole, Travis Britton, and Fred McMurray.
Yeah, they've been making that trip. I mean, since, good gosh, I
They
can't
said
believe them not making that
15 years.
Oh, yeah,
15
forever.
years they've been doing it. Staying in the same house for 15 years as well.
What kind of fishing? Was it like off the beach? Was it off a pier?
Yes, surf fishing.
Surf
And
fish-
we
fish.
didn't catch nothing. We just sat around and shot the breeze most of the time.
Sometimes I think that surf fishing is like more of a setup just to sit around and drink and hang out in a chair.
Yeah, yeah.
with the excuse,
Right.
no, we're fishing. Yeah.
Yeah, but yesterday I understand that Fred and Travis both caught sharks at some point.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Probably about a 4 foot and one. I think Travis caught a 4 foot one, and Fred maybe a 5 or 6 foot shark.
Oh, that's pretty.
I was at Myrtle Beach and a guy was surf fishing. I stayed for a second, asked him kind of how he did things because I wanted to see how he set up and what he did. And as I was doing that, he caught a shovelhead shark. Yeah, it was kind of like a cousin of the hammerhead, shaped like a shovel, and it's about 4 feet long and it's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool teeth, the whole nine. Yeah, it'd take a little chunk out of you. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now, can you actually? I know you may catch a shark, but can you actually shark fish off the
You know, I'm not
off the
sure.
surf?
I
A lot of
think you
places
can.
don't allow on the pier to allow you to shark. You may catch a shark, but they don't allow you to do a setup of rig to catch sharks. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're talking about using a shark. There's a special bait for shark. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like, you know,
Chum the water with blood and guts of other
Throw a
fish and
human
stuff.
arm in there?
yeah,
Or what are we
yeah,
doing?
you use like a big piece of meat, you know, then also use, you know, like the steel leader because the shark can't bite through it, that sort of thing.
Oh, I got you. So if you accidentally get one, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's what I want to do when I want to start fishing. That sounds like a real relaxing thing. And when I get down to the beach eventually. Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
What are we drinking tonight?
What are we not drinking? What are we not
Benchmark.
drinking?
Benchmark.
What do you get a little
Nice.
baby bottle? What is that?
Nice.
I did.
Yours is going,
guess.
mama, mama.
Well, I can do this. Go back here. Get that one out.
Oh, there you go. You got a little. That's a small batch though. The other one's number 8, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, a little difference, but
Yeah, they came out with a small batch, bonded, was it top shelf or top
Top floor.
floor?
Yep.
That four they came out with.
Yep.
nice.
Yeah, cool. All right, man, sounds good.
What is it? What do we got on Benchmark? Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's a Buffalo Trace product. It is basically Buffalo Trace, lesser proof and aged not as long as Buffalo Trace.
Okay.
Benchmark is they say it's the Buffalo Trace's mash bill number 1, which is less than 10% rye. And I think it's aged 3 years, 3.5 years.
Right.
And it is 80 proof instead of 90 like Buffalo Trace.
Okay.
It's like Buffalo Trace's little brother.
Little brother.
Yeah.
What's the price point on that? Do you know?
I think for the fifth, the regular fifth is somewhere around $13.
Yeah, I think I paid $12.90. It was $12.95 on the shelves here in Gastonia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Tennessee has it for $16.99 for a fifth.
Yep.
It's kind of light on the nose. It really doesn't
It is
reflect
very
much.
light. I don't know why in the world I can't smell nothing but alcohol on this stuff that I poured this probably 15, 20 minutes ago during a pre-podcast meeting, and I still get nothing but alcohol, ethanol. I don't know why.
I'm getting a little. It's almost like what, butterscotch maybe on a light butterscotch, a caramel, and a little bit of toe jam. That might be when I was picking between my toes earlier.
Yeah. You might pick it
Should've
up off
washed my
your
hands.
fingers. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You get bored up here in the mountains, man. I'm telling you, you got to find something to do.
I hear you.
Yeah, I'm getting a big old ball of toe jam, like like these big old knitting balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see
big
how
old
big you
knitting.
get through the winter.
Jesus. Shootout Mountain, boy, I tell you.
I tell you what, speaking of gross stuff like that, I think one of Bobby's former boss man, when she worked in Gastonia, has kept every one of his fingernail and toenail clippings since he was a child.
Why?
No. Why would you do
I
that?
don't know. I don't know why you would do that. But she told me that he had like a damn Tupperware tub full of fingernail and toenail clippings.
That sounds like one of them State Farm commercials. Hey, you don't have to be that honest about it.
Yeah, but I was
I was
like,
thinking,
man,
what was that on Sopranos? You know, he goes over to Italy, and one of those ladies that are getting their stuff cut, she made them gather lump, give them to her because she said if you possess their fingernail cuttings or something like that, you could possess your soul or something. I don't know.
wow.
Oh, my goodness.
How would you like to be searching his house with the search warrant come across that? I'd have questions.
Yeah, I would too.
Well, I got some tasting notes on this Benchmark that the pros are giving out.
Oh,
It's,
we hadn't tasted it.
I had it pulled up, and
you got it?
no, I don't anymore. I was having to look it up again. But if you already got
Okay.
it pulled up,
The nose bears...
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I thought you were gonna give the tasting notes. We hadn't tasted it yet. Go ahead.
I could do the nose first.
Yeah.
Yeah. The smell nose bears caramel notes with a delicate stone fruit backdrop. Yeah, that's what they say. You should smell. Nothing about any kind of alcohol or any kind of punch because it is
Stone fruit.
yeah. Stone fruit backdrop. I've never had a stone fruit. I've
Something
had
be bad
apple.
for your teeth.
I've had an orange. Yeah. But all right, what about the taste, guys?
Just about as bland as the nose. A lot of vanilla on the back end.
Yep.
Semi-dry, but not too dry.
Little toe jam.
There you go.
How's the finish?
Because I hit my fingers too close to the mic.
What do you think about the finish?
Finish is long and lingering, I think.
Okay. A robust and sturdy palate with some fine leather notes mingling with dry tobacco. Any tobacco?
Yeah.
Touch of oak, and a hint of dried cherries.
Okay.
And the finish is smooth and calming. Do you feel calm, fellas?
No, not really.
Pretty calm. Kind of calm over here.
Are you calm, Slow? Okay.
I'm calm tonight. Let me tell you about yesterday. All right, let's
What's
rate
that?
this, and then I'll tell you. Let's rate this, and I'll tell you.
Yeah, we're jumping ahead, dude. You got to calm down.
You always want to jump
We got
ahead.
excited.
You're like a bull in a China. You're like a bull in a China shop. So calm the fuck down, dude. Okay, here we
You're
go.
like Rod the past couple episodes. Man, we're almost halfway through, or we're halfway through. Slow Rod wants to hurry up and get it done.
All right, what are we rating on it? Hound, what do you think?
I'm going to give it a. I'll give it a 7.
Okay.
I like it.
And Hound Dog? Slow?
I think it's 6. No, I'd mix it with something, but I don't think I'd sit there and want to be a daily drinker. Don't get me wrong. I've come home, it's the only bottle I've got to drink it.
Yeah.
But there's so much other things that I've got here that I think I would like much better. Rod, what
Okay.
about you?
Well, it sounds like it's pretty calm, and I'm going to go with a 7 as well. So we got about a, what's that? That's about a 6.7 or so?
I'll tell you what.
Anybody
Let me tell you
do
guys.
quick math?
I'm retracting. I'm going to go across the board. I'll do a 7.
So
Did we influence you? Because we
You
don't
did.
tolerate pressure and peer pressure on this fucking show. So if we peer pressured you,
You apologize.
I know after
right?
your toe jam comments kind of brought you down a level, but if we peer pressured you, that's not what we want to do here on the show. We don't condone that.
That's why I'll be a part of the gang, man. I'll be a part
We
of
don't
it.
want you to be bullied. We don't want you to be bullied. Pick your toes all you want. We're good with it. Okay. Do you really want to do a 7?
I think I'm going to do a 7. Let's do it. It's a daily drinker.
It's a daily drinker. Now, just for people at home,
Hey, and-
1 through. Go ahead.
No, you just don't think that because you guys are going to come here and visit me, I'm going to pick your toe jam. Your toe jam is totally yours to pick yourself.
Sir, if I could, without being too insulting, I don't want anything to do with your toe jam, your fingers, or anything else anywhere near my pretty little toes because I don't have any jam in them. I clean them motherfuckers, and they're manicured. You know what I'm saying?
Well, when you clean them, what do you get out? That's what happens when you clean them. You get toe jam out.
I don't know. Mine, I get flowers out of mine. I don't know. Anyway,
Well, I'll tell you, the reason I started picking toe jam is because I got tired every time I took a shower, the toe jam would stop up the shower. So I started
go see
picking
it.
the toe jam.
go
prior
see a
to
doctor.
shower.
Change your footwear. Wear socks. Are you not wearing socks with your shoes? I mean, what's going on down there?
Yeah, no doubt.
We don't have shoes up here in the mountain. What's wrong with you?
That's right. Oh wait, Shootout Mountain. You're in bare feet walking through the woods in the mud and shit, and your feet are all caked up. That's why there's toe jam, Hound. That's why. That's right. Shootout Mountain, no shoes.
Well, it was a caterpillar once, but I thought it was toe jam.
Riding the 4-wheeler.
Side by side.
All right, 1 through 10 is our rating system, and since we gave it a 7, it's a daily drinker. 1 is a rating of really bad. 10 is a great. 7 or above is a daily drinker. So a 7 means good for everyday drinking. Price point is good. It's affordable, etc. So benchmark, old number 8, is a daily drinker according to Bourbon and Badges podcast, and we are experts, by the way. Yeah,
And
in our own
for
minds.
For the people that have not actually gone back and listened to season 1 through 4, we actually do drink some really nice bourbon from time to time. I think it's because of our locations, we have to go out and find these little pony bottles. We can't find those in really nice pours, you know.
Right.
You know, way back when we used to when we tell people about our rating scale, we say 1, you pour. We say no. Number 1 would be you pour it in the toilet before you drink it. And we had a guy, Mike LaFay up in Connecticut, sent me a text said, "Why in the world would you pour it in a toilet and then drink it?"
It makes sense.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. The way it was worded, it could go either way. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sometimes I like that in water, you know.
Yeah. Pour it in and scoop it out. All
Let me
right,
tell
good
you,
deal.
Let me rant here for a second. I know you got some Buffalo Trace to talk about, right?
As long as you don't say anything about toe jam, you can rant because we're done with the toe jam sequence here. Okay?
You're just jealous.
Because I don't have toe jam. Yeah.
Because you don't have my toe jam. It might be like chocolate, brother. You don't know. It might be like a
Oh my God.
Hershey's chocolate drop.
Dude.
Hey, no, I'm getting ready for winter. Finally broke down, got me a generator.
That's right. Shoot, your power might go out up there a bunch.
Yeah.
Who knows? The
Yeah,
weather.
they're calling for excessive snow this year. The powers to be. We'll see.
Have you spent a winter there yet?
I have last year, and I had 7 snows. The deepest one was 7 inches, and I only counted the snows that laid. It snowed a lot more than that, but what actually laid on the ground.
Right.
But all the guys up here on Shootout Mountain, everybody up there says they have not had a good winter in years. They said they see 20, 24 inches like it's nothing.
So you're due.
Yeah, so and they're calling for it. But anyway, I thought I wanted metal gas cans. You know, the steel ones. Mm-hmm. Now I researched them and found me. I think it's made by Midway. They're steel. They're actually coated on the inside so it will never rust. Mm-hmm. And I started looking around. And Harbor Freight carries them, so I called Harbor Freight in Marion, North Carolina. Yes, it's down at the bottom of the mountain. And I talked to the lady. Hey, so I'm looking for a steel gas can made by Midway. Do you guys carry it? She said, do you have a part number? I said, no, ma'am, I don't. She goes, well, sir, how would I know that? We have a bunch of different type of cans, gas cans. I said, well, it's the only steel gas can that shows y'all guys carry. Only steel gas can I've ever seen. She said, well, I don't know, sir, without a part number. I said, well, could you possibly go check the shelf? She goes, yeah, be right back. And she comes back. She says, yes, sir, we got 4 of them. I said, what's the prices? I didn't check. I don't know what the price was. I didn't look.
No way.
Could you go back
and check the price?
And check the price. Yeah.
Customer service at its best. Harbor Freight.
Well, then I called the one in Johnson City. The lady said, hey, can I help you? I said, yeah, I'm looking for this. She goes, yeah, we got those, sir. They're, and that's why I didn't get them. She says, they're $59.99 a piece. We got several of them to pick from.
Whoa. Now, what's wrong with the plastic ones?
Paying $60 for the steel one's nothing. I like the way the steel ones, the way the hose is, the way it works on it.
Right.
And all these government regulations, the freaking hose on these gas cans now is terrible. You know, you got to push and pull and turn this, make it work.
Oh yeah.
I ended up going with 2 plastic ones from some. So kudos to Johnson City Harbor Freight, not Marion.
Not Marion.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
So,
go.
okay, so I told you my Sparrow story, and I told you my rant, and
All right.
all right. Is that it?
And
You
your
ready to go?
and your jam. Yeah. So we appreciate
Hey, we
that.
jam up here, brother.
Oh yeah, apparently.
No, you're
More
jamming.
ways,
that's
more
for
ways
sure.
than
Hey, so
one.
let me tell you, when you sober up the next day when you're up here and you want some jam on your toast, you'll think about that. you'll recant that request.
I'm telling you.
God dang.
Boy's toast is extra crunchy.
Oh my God, we gotta stop. You know, you probably flake around the house. We could fly around like a damn trail of breadcrumbs. Where's Slow at? I'll just follow his fucking toe flakes.
Toe flakes.
All right, so what happened? You went looking for, you went to get some. You got some Buffalo Trace there, right? There, right?
I did. And so, funny thing, and again, you guys could be the experts on this. I went and got some Buffalo Trace. Well, actually, I went to get some Benchmark. And as I'm leaving the store, the guy says, we do have Buffalo Trace. And then I guess the reason they always mention it to us, to people, customers, because they never really have it. It's always out because it's very popular. And I came back, turned around and said, you do? He goes, yeah. I go, yeah, I'll take a bottle. So for the first time, I'm about to buy it. And he says, hey, I need you to have your ID. And I'm like, because I already bought some. He knows who I am and already bought some. He goes, well, I'm required to write your name down and report that I sold you a bottle of Buffalo Trace. I said, why is that? He goes, it has something to do with Congress. Like, they're trying to track Buffalo Trace purchases. And the way he's explained it to me is, I have to write every bottle we sell. I have to account who bought it and where it went. Because there's been so many, I guess, complaints or so many allegations of Buffalo Trace being missold, black market, going out back doors, never being available, people, hoarding. I don't know. And again, I'm like, it's one bourbon out of how many bourbons, guys? You go to a liquor store, the whole back wall is bourbon. There's 1,000 different bourbons. Or 500 different bourbons. And this only one, none other are they required to do this. Buffalo Trace. Not Eagle Rare, not Benchmark. The one that says Buffalo Trace on the bottle, So I have no idea. It's the first time you guys ever heard of that?
I've never heard of that. No.
I haven't either. And Buffalo Trace will be in the low end of the secondary market. And explain to our listeners what secondary market is versus.
Well,
regulated state and
Yeah.
so forth.
yeah, the state, North Carolina, the state regulates all alcohol sales. And
It's called a control
what's that?
state.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this before I go into that. Rod, was he talking about U.S. Congress, or was he talking about like some kind of North Carolina thing?
He said I think he mentioned it's nationwide. So it leads me to believe that it's
Nationwide.
yeah.
Okay. Well, in
No, I'm
secondary-
I'm not certain, but I think that's what he said.
Okay. Well, it's like Buffalo Trace is what, $32 or $33?
I paid 32.
Yeah. And in North Carolina, which is a controlled state, in South Carolina, where it is not a controlled state, all the ABC stores are independently owned.
It's the same with
I saw-
Tennessee up here.
Yeah, I saw Buffalo Trace in the store the other day, right down here in Little River, and they were asking $70. They were getting
okay.
$70 for a fifth of Buffalo Trace.
Double the
Yeah.
price.
But sometimes on the internet, you go to these alcohol websites where you can buy stuff, it is usually doubled or tripled the cost of what we sell it for here in North Carolina.
Now my question is that legal?
Yes,
Then why are they tracking where these ABC stores bottles are going?
I don't know. I have
You
no
know?
idea. That's
Now,
new
same
on
thing with
me.
Buffalo Trace up here in Johnson City in Tennessee, where's the biggest city I go to. It's not a controlled state. They can sell what they want to, but they put one bottle at a time and allowed one bottle per customer. And I only paid $34 for it, $35 for it.
Yeah.
But they were still just allocating that one bottle per customer.
God, I wonder why. It's not like it's gold. It's just bourbon. You know?
No, it is allocated, and the way allocations work is they make a limited amount of the product, and they allocate so many bottles per state. That way, each state will get a certain amount of bottles.
Right, but the ABC store's job is to sell the bottle. Period. Like, it doesn't matter who, as long as they have 12 bottles and they sell them all to you. What's the difference of selling to 12 different people? Why would they find they have to regulate that? Let me finish my thought then, because what I think might be happening is because they mentioned something about selling it on the black market, but then I thought you're allowed to sell a bottle of alcohol, or you're not?
Yeah.
Because so then what's the sense of regulating it and finding out who's selling it and make sure you're not selling too much to one person?
Well, there is we actually write a permit there on site at the ABC store for the amount of, and it's not really how much you purchase, it's transportation of it. You can only transport so many bottles of alcohol, and I can't remember what that actually is.
It goes by
Across
liters.
states or just in general?
In general,
I think,
if you
I think
came
it goes
in,
by liters.
yeah, and you came in, just say I don't know, just throw something stupid out there, 50 bottles of bourbon. We know you're probably over that, so we'd write you a permit to transport that to your house.
So it's not legal to transport. That's probably what's happening. You might be able to sell bourbon anywhere, but there's something going on with Buffalo Trace because
Yeah, I don't understand about Trace like this low end. Like we talked about this pre-podcast, and I've got a bottle of George T. Stagg. Paid $109 for it. Secondary market's going right at $2,000 for one bottle.
Yeah.
So, and it is aggravating. And Hound Dog will tell you, when we worked at the ABC store, people would come in and want to buy. I'll buy 6 bottles. Bourbon clubs, they actually sit there and get on the phone right there in front of me and say, hey, guys, everybody get down right now. They got these bottles.
Yeah.
And everybody
so
come in.
they'll send individuals down there to each get a bottle.
Yeah.
So when you guys were at ABC stores, you couldn't sell more than how many bottles of Buffalo Trace to somebody?
Usually
Did you have a limit? Just one.
Yeah.
One
So,
per person.
on occasion, maybe 2, but just
Wow.
one for most.
Was
of
that
the
your store? That was your store rule, or that was the rule statewide? A statewide rule?
No, I
do you
think
think?
that was Gastonia ABC board rule.
Yeah.
Oh,
What it
okay.
was, it's sort of common Joe, man. It's if looks for example, we worked there. We can let's say we bought it came in, we bought 3 cases. We bought the 3 cases. Hound Dog and I did. It's not fair to the regular Joes to come in there. Well, I could get a bottle of it,
Mm-hmm. Then again,
So it's just be fair.
But then again, I understand your point. It's there to be sold.
yeah.
I would,
So-
if I own that business, I'd much rather have the money than the bourbon.
And not only that, but if I went to a store and bought all the cases of Corona and you didn't get a case of Corona, who gives a shit? I don't care about you. I need a case of Corona for my party. And the store sells it. They're making out. I'm making out. It's there to sell. Why can't I buy all the cases? I'm just saying. But it's good you have a heart slow for people who want Buffalo
I'm
Trace.
just saying.
I appreciate that.
That wasn't me. That was the next time.
You're getting soft, bro. You used to be a cop.
That's soft.
You're getting soft, bro.
I'm here to tell you. I've got
You
a
and your
bottle
toe jam.
of George T. Stagg. I got a bottle of toe jam free George T. Stagg. If you're listening to this podcast, you want to buy it, man. Secondary market's right at $2,000. You bring me $900, I'll break your freaking arm getting that money out of your hand.
Yeah. Don't let him touch you though, because his fingertips are.
I didn't say I wasn't clean toe jam.
Just toe jam off my finger.
Exactly. Yes, I don't know. That was something weird, but I got a bottle of Buffalo Trace, so that was good.
Yeah. So it worked out.
Yeah.
Now the government's got all your information, and now you'll be tracked the rest of your life. But that's okay.
Dude, government, 30 years of policing, the government has my damn information. Trust me on that. Fingerprints. Oh, I just went to get my CCW too the other day.
Oh, did you?
Just for the hell of it.
Now, do you have your retired police ID?
I do.
Yeah, on the back of it to show that you by statute you can carry concealed.
Yeah, the House Bill 218 or whatever it is. Yeah.
But my understanding what gets a lot of cops in trouble is wanting to carry that as opposed to getting concealed carry is you have to qualify with that weapon each year.
With the carry concealed.
Yes.
Yeah. This first one I gave
under the police statute.
Right. Well, under this, how I was just told, and I didn't know until I was just told when I went there, as long as if you retire, as long as you go for your CCW within 2 years, you don't have to take any courses or anything like that and bring proof because they know you've been taking courses for 30 years. But at that third year, if you want, the year after that, or if you were 3 years out, you'd have to go take a course.
Hey, let me
to
tell
get
you,
your CCW.
I went up to the sheriff's office to get my concealed carry before I retired. I thought it was $80, I think. And then afterwards found out, they said, if you'd wait till you retired, you got to have price $40.
Yeah, you got ripped off. I got 45.
Yeah. Like, dadgummit. I could have waited. I didn't mind.
Yeah. Then you could have got yourself a bottle of Buffalo Trace as long as you know.
Yeah. As long as I gave my name and address. And
That's it.
In South Carolina, they have, when you do the HR 218 thing, I think they only require them to shoot 25 rounds. No kneeling, no prone, no nighttime. Just go out there during the day and shoot 25 rounds, and if you can halfway hit the target, you got your HR 218.
Oh, really?
What's HR 218?
That's what you're talking about, the
That's what we're
retirement law
talking about.
enforcement carry.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something you got to do for that. You don't just automatically get it. You have to actually register it, right?
Yeah, you gotta have to register and go and shoot daytime, nighttime, I believe it is.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because what reminded me of it was I got pulled on my way to the beach by a trooper. I told him I have my pistol on the floorboard, and he goes, "You got to carry concealed?" I went, "No," and I handed him my retired ID and my license, and no problem. And I left, and I just thought about it because he asked me, "Do you have your CCW?" I said, "No," and that just made me think it'd be nice to go, "Yeah, I have that too,"
Yeah, you're covered.
Yeah. Plus, it's a depreciating skill if you don't shoot, So you can't just, if you're a great shot for 30 years and you don't shoot for 3, you probably shoot like dog shit till you get a few shots off. So you might want to keep that squared away. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you now, I think I may have said this on past podcasts, but right across the state line into Tennessee, Unicoi County, they have a shooting range in the National Forest. $2 honor system. You pull up, you put $2 in a lock box.
Right.
And little thing, it's almost like going to a park. You fill out your name and stuff, you drop that in your $2, you got the other little stub, you be on you or put in your car.
Right.
Yeah, gonna shoot all day long for $2.
Oh, no shit.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it has 4 lanes, 1 rifle and 3 pistols, I think. It's got the cover and it's got the benches and everything.
Yeah.
But that doesn't stop Joe Blow from coming there sitting right beside of you and open up a 6-pack and start shooting,
Yeah.
It doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, when that happens, I just pack my stuff up and leave.
Or unless he offers a beer, then you sit there and shoot with him.
Yeah. Unless it's Bud
Just
Light,
kidding,
then you have
folks.
to have like a pink gun or something.
Yeah, just kidding, folks. Drinking and shooting do not go together. That's
Yeah, if you're using Bud Light, you got to have like
Oh, my
your
God.
gun's got to identify as of a rainbow unicorn
Yeah.
or something instead of a gun.
Yeah. Rainbow unicorn.
with tassels and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you, my daughter, she's interested in these Ford Broncos, and I seen a meme one time said a Ford Bronco is a Jeep that drinks Bud Light.
Oh my goodness. So let me tell you a funny story.
All right.
I was looking through, I was watching the news. I'm a news guy. So you guys been to Taco Bell?
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. It's fast food. It's pretty much garbage, but boy, it tastes good.
It's
You know,
good
when you
stuff,
got
yeah.
when you got a feeling of having it, right? Well, this guy apparently really likes his Taco Bell, and he actually went to Taco Bell, went through the drive-through, and got his food, and then apparently he thought they gave him the wrong change back. So you would think, oh, okay, well, if it's just a few cents, who cares? If not, you go in and say, hey, you know, you shorted me. Not this guy. This guy, 67-year-old, drives around, gets out of his car, starts firing rounds into the business, into the drive-through.
How much
Yep.
was he shorted?
I don't know, but it hit one of the employees. I tell you, dude, people today, man. I tell you,
Hey, where was this at?
this was in Charlotte.
Taco Bell's.
Keep up.
Taco Bell, idiot! Aren't you listening? Do you got toe jam in your ears?
It's his Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, but they finally caught up with him. Apparently, he left the scene, of course, and they got cameras on him, and they saw his tag, and they went and hooked him up. But yeah, man, he just got the wrong change. Didn't even need his food first. Got out of the car, started laying around, didn't talk to anybody, just started firing shots, and left. That's how I guess he said, well, if they shortchange me, I'll give him some lead, and then
Yeah, I think you got right.
back.
Yeah, it depends how much it's shortchanged. You probably spent more money in ammo than you did in what you
Oh,
shorted.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
She and the person got shot multiple times with life-threatening injuries. So
Dang.
I mean, he could be charged with murder by the end of it.
Man, I hope
So,
that wasn't a biscuit maker. They have really good biscuits.
Could you imagine if he
I'm thinking of something totally different.
Yeah, they don't have biscuits there,
All
dude.
right,
Come on now.
I'm
Now,
staying
if they
away
would've-
from Buffalo Trace.
If they
Beach Mart.
they would have screwed up his burrito, he might have went in there with a bazooka
Yeah.
or something. You know, who the hell
Yeah.
knows?
I'm
But
thinking of something.
that's Charlotte for you.
Bojangles. That's what I'm thinking about. Bojangles.
Oh, Bojangles, their fries are the best. Seasoned fries, oof, love them things.
They are.
Then we had
I tell
another
you-
one in Charlotte. Go ahead.
Working at the ABC store, the lady used to come in. We went the morning. She'd come in, and she was covered in flour. And she was the biscuit maker for McDonald's.
Yep.
And she'd go in like 4 a.m. and she said everything's made from scratch. She'd make all the biscuits from scratch, and then at the end of the day, she'd come and get her bottle. And
Yep.
Oh,
I
no
know
shit.
exactly what you're talking about.
That was life. Oh yeah, you guys worked at the same store, right?
yeah.
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 Yep.
Then we had a few shootings. Another one, just because Charlotte's where I get all the news from. Charlotte, Gastonia intersection. Couples parked there at a light. Somebody comes by, shoots into the car, hits the guy, life-threatening injuries, shoots the girl, dead.
Was it road rage or what?
They don't know yet. They didn't catch anybody yet. They're asking for information and offering a reward through Crime Stoppers, of course. But it's like 5 or 6 shots just for. And, you know, I mean, honestly, between us, we probably know that sometimes people aggravate other people with their driving, or sometimes it could be drug-related. Who knows, you know, or it could be. It could be nothing, you know, or it could be domestic. I mean, you know, who knows? Ray Caruth, remember that guy?
Oh,
That
yeah.
was all. That was a big
Yeah.
setup,
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
That was a drive-by type of thing.
Oh,
But,
yeah, the pregnant girlfriend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But he's out, you know. He actually did his time. and
Wasn't he
got out.
a football player?
Panther wide receiver. Yep. But my point being is that these things happen so often to the viewers out there. Like, you could be just sitting at an intersection. You don't even know you cut somebody off. Or you don't even know that you made somebody angry. Or your car might look like somebody's car that somebody has an issue with. You got to have your head on a swivel. Even if you're just driving in your car, stopped at the light, you should look at who's next to you. You know,
I'll tell you.
sometimes you look and it's kind of scary to see who's driving these days too.
Maybe we need to do a podcast about that one day about road rage and different things.
Yeah.
And how not to be
How
a
to stay
victim.
safe. Yeah, but how to leave enough room between you and the car in front of you so you can turn to the right or turn to the left, get away,
And get the hell out.
get up on the curb. Yeah, especially with people not paying attention, rear-ending you. How many times has that happened to any of you guys? You know, you parked, you stopped on 85 for traffic, and here comes somebody behind you, and they not know you're stopped. You know, and all of a sudden they're locking it up, and you got to get into the shoulder, or else he would have hit you. And,
I'll tell you,
man,
as a
bunch.
police officer, 11 crashes in my police car. 2 are my fault. I'll say crashes. Most of them are just little fender benders.
Right.
But yeah, the other 8 was people hitting me.
Yep. And the worst is, of course, when you're working an accident on the side of the road and all the lights are going and people are rubbernecking, looking at the accident, and not looking in front of them. Next thing you know, hey, start me another unit. I got an accident 20 yards ahead on the left. You know,
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
People are rubbernecking, wanting to see blood and guts, and once they see it, they don't want to see it.
Yep. But so Charlotte crime is alive and well. Everything's good. And go to Taco Bell. You might get shortchanged. We don't recommend you shoot anybody. We just recommend you drive back around or go in and say, hey, you shorted me 50 cents, or just chalk it up and say, listen, give me an extra pack of hot sauce. I don't know. Take it easy.
And actually, I can tell that they can count the register down, and the rest that printout telling them what they made and how much money they got in the register, and they can actually tell if they're over. If you say, you shorted me $15 and you're over $15, then you got shorted. They know.
I mean, you would think he would know $15 when he gets handed his money back at the window.
Yeah.
Like change. I'm thinking it's change. Got shortchanged. Because I mean, what do? You buy a bag of Taco Bell if the guy's a big fat ass, right? So he's what, $12, right? Hands him a 20. You get $8 back or so, $7, $8. You're good, right? I mean, you would notice if you got 50 cents back.
But I'd be curious of what it was, how much it was.
What's that?
I mean,
I would be curious
I
how
would.
much it got shortchanged.
Yeah, if you give me back, if you give me $8, you ain't back about three bills. I wouldn't think nothing about it. I'd pull on off and stuff and get down the road and realize, oh crap,
and come back and shoot him. Yeah.
It's $3 instead of 5 and it's $4 bills instead of 5 and 3 ones.
Yeah, but I'm the dude who stops, looks at my money, and looks in the bag, make sure they got it right, because they always get it wrong. I always got to ask him for something extra. But yeah, so he was upset. So he might go to jail for murder if the guy dies. So good job. Good job.
I scored at Bojangles during the all this COVID stuff. They handed me the wrong order, which is a bunch of food. And I said, it's the wrong order. I handed it back. I said, whoa, we can't have it back. It's yours to keep it. You can't hand it back to us. And then they gave me my order.
Yep.
They like 3 days,
Really?
man. For 2 biscuits.
That's true.
Processed 2 biscuits.
That's true. They bring somebody. Well, just think about it. Restaurants too. They bring somebody to the table. It's not yours. I go, well, I didn't get tater tots. I got green beans. Oh, okay. Well, I'll bring you the green beans. You want these back? No, just eat them. Yeah, because they can throw them out in the back.
Yeah, that happened to us up here at after we got off of work one day. We always Friday nights, we'd always go to a restaurant there at the Ocean Isle called Maria's, and we always get a pizza and a couple beers. Just sit around and shoot the shit. The guys that was working, and the waitress came up about after we had already finished the pizza. Getting ready to leave. She said, "Hey, they made the wrong pizza. Do y'all want it?" I said, "Well, no. I mean, we just got the eating one." She said, "It's free. Take it." So Howard said, "Yeah, absolutely." So we got it, and one of the guys that took it home with him. But yeah, once that comes out of the kitchen, and if it's wrong, they can't take it back.
Hey, get this too, man. How many times you've been in uniform, out eating somewhere, and you go to pay and say, hey, somebody's already taking care of it?
Oh yeah. Oh,
People buy you meals all the time. Yeah, just don't even know. Don't you know who they are? It's been honest. They said they appreciate the job you did, and then they paid for your meal.
And I've done I've done that to officers as well myself since I've retired.
And then I don't know about you guys, but I pass it forward. If I get my meal paid for, I'll give the waitress $20. $25.
Well, same thing used to. We called it a hug. Sometimes you go places you eat. Sometimes they didn't charge you at all. Sometimes they charge you half price.
Right.
Yeah.
We called that a hug. And I always did, man. I always made sure I took care of the server. If especially got a good hug, make sure they got.
Yeah, my son's waiting tables now, so I know how tough it is sometimes when they get skunked. It's
well, hey, too. If you want to help out people that waste tables, tip in cash. If you tip on your card, they got to report that.
Yeah.
Right.
They don't have to report all the cash.
Right. Yep. Plus, they put the cash in their pocket. Some of these restaurants, my son is experiencing this. He's on his 3rd restaurant. The first one, he wouldn't get his money until the following week's check, so he could make tips all week and not get those tips until the following Tuesday. Fortunately, now the restaurant he's at now, they have a card they give him, and any tips that go on that little machine on the table, the machine on the table you pay with now, do they have that in Shootout Mountain? Slow?
No.
Okay.
Hey,
I know your foot's up on the table and you got a knife and you're scraping toe jam off it while you're waiting for your food. I got that. Okay, I got it.
But they still prefer either cash or checks as opposed to a debit or credit card.
Right. The restaurants in the civilized world have these computers on your table. You turn it around, and when your bill's all ready, after you eat, your bill's ready. Yep. You push some buttons, you tap your card, put the tip in if you want to do that, or you can leave it on the table, and then it's done.
All right, let me ask you this.
But they have a card, and real quick, they have a card. And so now every night, whatever goes in that machine is on his card immediately, which he loves. And the cash on the table goes in his pocket. So he's at a better restaurant now, a better situation. But take care of your servers, man. They bust their ass. And
how do you feel about this? You go into to buy food at a restaurant or fast food, whatever it is. And you go up to pay. And no one's going to bring you your food. No one's going to think it says, at the end, do you want to tip? And it gives percentage if you don't need those different percentages.
Yep.
Do you tip those people?
No.
I don't either.
No.
Yeah,
they talk about the peer pressure behind doing that.
Yeah,
so you do, Hound Dog?
Like if you're making my food, go ahead.
Somebody had to make it. Does whoever run the register at the time, did they get the tip, or does the kitchen, the people who actually make the food, get the tip?
Well, but they're earning a wage.
Fast food, I never tip. Yeah.
Oh,
only when I get waited at a table, that's when I tip. I'll put no when I'm up front there because they get their own, their salaries for making food.
Yeah,
if they were serving, then that's what the tip. That's my thinking. But hey, more generous, man. That's cool. Yeah,
We're in Simpleville, I think it is Simpsonville, South Carolina. My daughter and I, we go to a place called From Farm to Table. You go in, you order your food, and then you go sit down. They holler like Steve, and you go back there and get your food. You go up there and get your food. Yeah, on that it says had a little thing 10%, 50%, 20%, whatever, or no tip. Of course, no tip because I'm having to come and get my own food.
Yeah, they should tip me for coming to get my damn food, right?
Yeah.
No, yeah, the waiters and waitresses, those are the ones I really go. If I'm up there, at a bar when I'm at a bartender, at the bar, he'll flip the little tablet over. Hey, you just got a couple questions to answer, and the question is, do you want a tip? 15, 20, 25, or no tip? I'm like, the tips on the tip jar's on the bar too, Yeah. So the bartender, that's different. If they're good service, I'll do it. If they're not so good, I'll do a little bit. Yeah.
Especially if it's crowded. If you tip good, they're going to keep it on you.
That's exactly right. They come back to you.
Yeah, if you don't tip, then you want to sit there and wait a while for you get an order something else.
You're going to be thirsty.
Yeah. All right.
So I got something I want to go over right quick before we get out of here. Still got a little bit of time left. The disappearance of Aisha Degree. Y'all remember that case?
I do.
I
do.
In Cleveland County in 2000?
2000?
So Cleveland County, North Carolina.
Cleveland County,
Shelby.
North Carolina. Shelby.
Shelby.
Direct.
She's never found, right?
No, it's 23 years and some odd months now that she's been missing. And she went missing on February the 14th, 2000.
Wow.
9-year-old little girl, cute little girl. And so she goes, her
Do you not look for the ugly ones?
That was funny.
Look for all of them. Look for all missing children.
Yeah.
God dang.
He's like, God dang.
But she, her parents checked on her. I think at the timeline about 2:15 a.m. Her dad went to check on her and her brother who were sleeping in the same room.
Right.
At like a little bit before 6:30 the same morning, Mom goes in there to get them up to take a bath and get them ready for school, and she's gone. Evidently, correct me if I'm wrong, I think she packed a backpack full of clothes and took off walking somewhere in that neighborhood. I got a timeline right here. Between 2:31 and 4:51, she took off walking. Left the house, took off walking.
Right.
And she's on Highway 18 there in Cleveland County, North Carolina, and that is a rural place, to say the least. I've been on that road several times.
pretty
And,
desolate, is what you're trying
yes,
to say.
Yes, I got family actually that live up there in that area, so I go up there all the time, or have. And now get this, the weather. I pulled up the weather on that day at 2:31. It was 45 degrees and winds at 5 miles an hour, cloudy, and maybe mist and rain a little. At 6:30, when they, realized she was gone, it was about 50 degrees. But a little girl walking down the street by herself at that hour of the morning, I think she only had on like a white T-shirt and some kind of pants.
White long sleeve shirt.
White long sleeve shirt, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the car, correct me if I'm wrong, Rod, a truck goes by her and sees her, didn't think much about it. A car goes by and sees her and thinks, man, that kid is too young to be out here this time of night. I don't know what's going on. He goes back to try to find her, and actually finds her again. And she, since she realized that he's pulling over to check her, she darts off into the woods on
Right.
the side of the road.
Yeah.
Never to be found again, never to be seen again.
Did it say
Right,
why she left home? Any speculation on that? at all?
Excuse me.
Well,
They were speculating on it. Go ahead.
yeah, they were thinking, first of all, they think, run away. She ran away. And then later on, it's been 23 years, but later on, I think they have ruled it into an abduction, if I'm not mistaken.
For some reason, I remember this. For some reason, they said it might have been she just left home. But then at some point, they changed gears and they said, no, it was an abduction, but they didn't say why.
Yeah.
Wait,
They thought it was
abducted from her
abduction.
own home?
No, or that she was abducted when she was walking on the street. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not sure. But what her original intent to leave the house was is still unknown, is what I'm getting.
Wonder what
But-
the living conditions of the house were.
Well, she shared a room with her brother, like Hound said, and both parents worked. And when she came home from school, her and her brother, there was nobody there. They were latchkey kids, but they came home and were expected to do their homework and be there when their parents got home. So, doesn't see. I didn't. Hound. There was nothing fishy with the parents at all.
No, nothing at all.
Nothing, because I remember she's been missing for, like you said, 23 years, and
And this is back in 2000. So what was computer
2000.
stuff like in 2000? So could she have messed
Well,
with
we
a
had-
computer?
That was just it. The family did not
Didn't
allow
let 'em have
computers
the
in the
computer.
house. There was
Oh,
no
wow.
computer in the house at all.
you know why they said they didn't? Because that was a chance for somebody to reach out and lure their children out. So that's why they didn't have a computer in the house. So that was no leads there. So, and then they had a couple of updates, right, Hound?
Yeah, there's been several updates over the years.
An inmate said he knew. When inmates run their mouths, sometimes they have good information, but a lot of times they're just trying to get attention. They're bored or whatever.
Yeah.
And this guy said, I think it was back in
2020.
2020, the latest thing, he mentioned that he knew who killed her and he knew where she was buried. And eventually a sheriff in the county where he alleged she was buried, they went and did some digging.
And this
he did
inmate
fi-
had some type of background like that, right? Wasn't he a child molester or something?
He was a child molester, in prison for child molester, yeah. So he had some credibility being a scumbag. So, and in the area. So, and when they dug it up, they did find bones, but unfortunately it was the bones of some type of animal, I think a dog or something.
Yeah.
So that turned out to be the last time anything was done, according to what I remember. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I'll
Yeah.
tell you, a dear friend of mine, as a matter of fact, Hound Dog knows him as well, John Kaiser. John and I used to be partners in criminal investigations. And he leaves us to go to the SBI. Following his dad's footsteps. Dad was a retired SBI agent. And while he is an SBI agent, he investigated that as a cold case. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out to him and see if we can't get some more information, maybe get him on the podcast or get some more detail about this.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
man.
Very cool because
a little bit more lengthy, going into more details on the case.
Yeah,
So
John's a
somebody
great
out
guy.
there knows something.
Yeah, he's a great investigator. He was taught very well by probably one of the best investigators in North Carolina.
and this case wasn't one that was like, wasn't on and talked about for a few months and then all of a sudden gone. This was for years.
Years, yeah.
They would have anniversaries. the 8th year. We still don't know what happened to Aisha. Please help. And so they would keep getting reminded. And over time, when it's bad guy related, when it's some kind of foul play, somebody talks, or somebody's on their deathbed and says some shit, or somebody's locked up who wants to get some time off their sentence, and they want to give some information. You would think somebody would have said something by now. 23 years. Unless sometimes we figure out that while they were abducted, but they're living a life with another family and they're raising her as their own type of thing. Yeah. And she's fine. I mean,
and
but she's just
that's
somewhere.
really, really young children that don't know or don't remember because it's abducted so early in life.
Yeah, and taken to another part of the country, because I'm not so sure how much Aisha Degree's face was shown nationwide as opposed to in the Carolinas, and the Northeast, Southeast, the East Coast. Would they show this much coverage in Seattle or D.C., in Washington State, stuff like that. So, but, hopefully, it'd be terrible to know she's living somewhere else and her parents are being agonized all these years, but at least she'd be alive. But maybe that's why we don't hear nothing either. I don't know. But that'd be great to get some inside information from your boy, Steve. We need
to reach out to him. John's good people. But he's actually working with Gaston County Police Department now in North Carolina.
Okay, good deal.
I pulled up the missing person's poster on her, and it's got a side by side of what she looked like then and what she possibly could look like as in 2020.
Yeah.
If I can pull that up so everybody can see it.
Wow, it's amazing how they do that.
Yeah, if you see Aisha, call. It's 1-800 call FBI. 1-800 call FBI.
And Reggie, she's still cute.
Oh, can we still look for her slow? Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, she's cute.
Thanks, Lou. Well,
Hound dog ain't gonna look for an you figure, hey, get daylight, they bring an ugly kid home. Ugh, take it home. Take it back.
Oh man, you ain't right. But that's all I had about that.
That's interesting, man. It's, what prompted you to look back into that?
I was actually talking to a buddy that lives up there at Moss Lake, and they said that
Moss Lake is in Cleveland County, North Carolina.
Yes. Well, it's on the line, half in Cleveland, half in Gaston. But, he said that he goes by that wanted poster billboard to have on the side of the road out there all the time, and he just, said, man, it's a damn shame they hadn't found that girl yet.
Now
that billboard?
That billboard's strategically placed somewhere.
Where she was last seen.
That's right, okay.
And it's
so
still
where
there.
Where that
Still
billboard is where she was last seen.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Which is pretty nice. They haven't sold that billboard off to somebody else for money.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is.
But could you imagine being? I mean, we're all just as a parent, just thinking about, my God, not knowing. It's one thing to have a child pass, which is terrible, horrible, but it's another thing not to know what happened, if it's still happening, or oh my goodness gracious, that's like this stuff. Not to segue off into, but like this Gaza Strip thing. Those guys came in and killed a bunch of people, but they also took a bunch of people hostage. So now, what parents are left with is my child dead? Is my child a hostage? And they're all waiting for news.
Yeah.
In this area, it's got to be terrible, unbelievable. Just the agony, and we've seen it firsthand, of course. But I mean,
I'm telling you that in the state of the world, if you're an American, you live anywhere outside the United States, you're an idiot. Unless you're military, something like that. If you choose to go live like in Russia, or you go want to be a news guy in Russia. I mean, you got that guy now. They still haven't released him. He's lost his third appeal. He's supposed to be a news guy, and they think he's espionage, and they're holding him. They're going to execute him.
Yeah.
But if you're outside the United States, I'm here to say you're an idiot.
Yeah, and the thing with my daughter's in school, and she's taking religious studies. So when you take religious studies, and what she's doing, she's in her master's program. She's going to get her PhD in it. You go to Israel. You go there to the Holy Land, so there's a trip planned for them in the future. And Carlotte said, That's a negative X-Bay on the trip A, negative on that. Because it's not, no matter what they say safe, they thought that festival, that concert that kids all went to was safe. Not safe. You just never know. When you leave America, if you're going to go to another country, which is fine, to visit, know the laws, know the rules. How about that dude in Sri Lanka who, do you remember that kid who got lashed? He was all he did was spray paint something.
Was it caned?
It was caned. That was caned. He graffitied something. And they said, we're going to cane his ass. And America said, no, you're not. He goes, yeah, the hell we are. And they caned his ass.
Sit back and watch.
They caned his ass.
Is don't go to another country and deface their property.
Every time he takes that shirt off, looks at his back, he's going to remember not to spray paint. Yeah, I'm telling you. Because he thought he could just do that. Because he did some stuff here like that, right? And nothing happens to you. But not Sri Lanka, boy. That's one thing I know. Leave the spray cans at home if you go to Sri Lanka. Right. They'll cane your ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
And those Muslim countries too. A lot of the countries, they say it's so safe because, you can leave a gold bar on your front steps because if somebody takes it, they cut that hand off. They take it again, they cut that hand off. You're done. Unless you can use your feet like slow and grab gold bars. Let them stick to your feet. Maybe you kind of skate out of there with your toe jam,
Why you got to be a hater?
I just keep bringing it up because I'm just thinking about it.
It's funny.
When you come visit and you see that ball of toe jam, you're going to be amazed.
Oh, my God. But yeah,
man.
Yes, I just can't believe, parents.
Keep in the kitchen right by the spoons and forks.
That's great.
Got a little light on it.
Yeah, maybe you could sprinkle a little like Parmesan cheese.
Why you think it got to be that big?
You scrape that off the bottom of your foot.
A little flavor, yeah. The bottom of the foot's where the flavor is.
That's where the scraping the cheese. Is that not nasty?
Yeah. We went really right on that one.
Yeah, we went fifth grader fast on that one.
That's
and
crazy.
we did.
All right, guys, with that time of night, man, any special shout-outs, talks?
No, I just wanted to shout out with
share?
Buck's intro, man. I just, again, love Buck, man. Love hearing his voice to this day. And I just...
me too.
Yeah, man. My wife's, in fact, she's on a cruise with Buck's wife, Widow. So they're having a great time in Europe right now.
Good.
So, we're keeping in touch. So...
Good.
All right, just as a reminder, if you want to, if you want to know what cops actually think, a lot of times, we're just sitting here, we go down a lot of rabbit holes because we don't have a lot of cop stuff right under the cover. But man, if you have anything you want to know about policing, or you get a ticket, or you used to get pulled over by cops, anything at all, if you want to share with us, we appreciate it. Just put it down in the comments down below. We'll answer them. We look at them, daily, semi-daily, and we'll answer them on the podcast.
And if you
we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, and sometimes you want different perspectives from different people. Well, you got 90 years of copping right here, and if you want to know what we think about something, any issue, it doesn't really
and
matter.
We're uncut, unfiltered, and we answer to no one. There's no supervision anymore. No one can gag order us now.
We just ran a toe jam, a whole toe jam thing on toe jam.
Because we don't have content. We need people calling in, give us content.
Yeah, but we run toe jam over anything.
3 retired police officers, all 90 years experience, and we'll give you our opinion. Yeah, you may not like it, you may like it, and if something about a cop and it's a dirty cop, we'll call a dirty cop out. We don't
care. We don't care.
Absolutely.
We understand.
But also, if you like the content of this program, please subscribe and like. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and so you can get all of our content. And we'd love the love from you, and we appreciate anything you do there. It would be great. You can email us at bourbonandbadge@yahoo.com. And that's pretty much it, man.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun doing this, and we would enjoy any feedback because, we see some things, some of the feedback we get from YouTube and so forth, but, man, we'd love to hear just some comments like, hey, Rod, shave you that damn beard, whatever it is. Who cares? Just some personal comments here and there. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Make us go in a good direction, whatever you see. If you have any criticisms, welcome to hear it.
We'd love to hear it. And if you have any ideas, like this, the missing young lady there, we're going to look at that more. If you want to get into investigative type stuff, we got tons of investigative experience. We can do that.
Yeah, if you have a case you want us to look into, something wherever you are, it doesn't matter what state, where you are, what country, because we are worldwide. And
but
so,
be careful what you ask for because we will give you our honest
You get a toe
opinion.
jam and all.
You might not. That's what he said. All right, cue the music, man. Let's do.
Oh man, she's firing up her as we speak, and man, we certainly appreciate any love you get out there for us. And guys, it's been fun. Any shout outs there, Reggie? Hound Dog?
Yeah, I'd give the Renegade Pig shout. I want to start doing that again. It goes to Union County, North Carolina.
Union County, the good old boys.
The good old boys. They're going to have a ride here next weekend, next Saturday, called the Grunt and Fuck 'em All Ride. So, feel free to go join them and take a ride through scenic Monroe. Or
Yes,
Union
sir.
County.
Hey, Hound Dog, remind me about that. I'll do it. Remind me about that.
Okay. All right. Remember, let's drink about it and drink responsibly.
Have a great night.
Hey guys, guess what? It's been a Studio
What's that?
77 production.
Hey, all you first responders out there, please be careful. Go home to your families.
Absolutely.
You mean it's over? Well, shit.